Correct. Hey.
Celeste was the one who suggested our nighttime role, but she's gone now.
It's true.
Time for bed. She's not gonna follow it. Let's talk a bit about where I was at before I became a bear. At first, I was at a total loss. I just had no idea what I should become. My foot is itchy. A lady in our tech support department suggested I try being a shrimp. She was like, "Oh, the company's been trying to push for this forever. It's a really incredible offer." But as she laid out all the details, it turned out it wasn't a tiger prawn like I'd hoped, but a little popcorn shrimp. I think I got an email in my school email. I'll have to check that later. That's totally tiny. I would have been the world's smallest mascot. I love, eating shrimp. I didn't want to be one myself. Plus, someone might come along and step on me. Imagine, Mana shrimp. I put that image in everyone's mind now. Unless it's already been put in by someone else. So then the lady totally started laughing at me. She was like, "You think we can do a tiger prawn on our budget?" So ultimately, I decided to become a bear instead.
And that's the secret origin story of Monokuma.
Huh. Bing bong.
Good morning, everyone. It is now 7 a.m. and nighttime is officially over. Time to rise and shine. Get ready to greet another bee.
I really thought that nighttime was gonna open up. Hey, oi.
Hey, Makoto. Yeah. So, you got it. Yeah.
You bust out your special power.
I mean,
It just kind of took care of itself, you know?
Okay.
Alright, Byakuya, what are you up to? What do you want?
That's enough.
You honestly expect me to go?
What?
So,
Goodbye.
yeah. That dog. Huh. No Kyoko.
What's your problem?
What, you think your eyes will rot just by looking at me? I think he's just surprised to see you at the breakfast meeting, so.
Okay.
Hina.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
You know? You know?
After you leave.
Just a second.
You were just complimenting me a bit ago.
Just the worst.
That's not what it is. Owie.
Huh?
Oh. So, would you rather have your black eye on the left or the right? Okay, that's a good line, honestly.
Hey, come on. You know?
Okay, let's talk to Sakura. No. Ow. Accidentally hit the wrist.
Worst.
Why is this happening to me? There's gonna be something.
You got it.
Hey.
They get along with Akihiko
Okay.
from Persona 3.
I'm sorry. You know? Huh?
Come.
What's your problem?
What the heck?
Dad, mom, and mom? Is that what she said? Oh. Well, that does explain some things. So I take it Sakura might not be available. Or maybe she will be. I have to try. Wow, lag. Lag, hello, hello? I have to try.
Anyway,
She's not interested at all. Okay, let's talk to you.
Yo.
Hero.
Help me.
I just want to hang out, dude. Kosmaji? What's that? So... Wrong button. But okay.
Could it be? How about that? Don't be mean. Well,
Yeah. 20% of the time I'm right every time. That's not right every time.
How about that?
Yeah, if you're the ultimate clairvoyant, that's still,
Well,
Hero? I refuse. Denied. Don't like it.
I'm right, right? You know? Hmm.
Huh. Don't let him be right. Oi. 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 Yeah, Kyoko hates our guts right now. Hey, Kyoko. Jeez. Yeah, she put her trust in us. And we didn't even tell her. Anyway. Sure.
That's fine.
Fine. I don't mind allowing you to indulge in my attention. I hope you appreciate this. Did I get a little closer to Genocide Jack? A quality chinchilla cover. Suppose I can accept it. I have a question for you.
That's right.
Something's been bothering me for a while now and I can't take it anymore. To answer my question, I need you to explain to me what exactly your ultimate lucky student title means. I don't totally get it myself, but what I do know is I was picked at random from a pool of normal
So in
students.
other words,
So you just got into Hope's Peak by blind luck. Well, I mean, it's not exactly luck at this, right?
naturally.
But it's the truth. Maybe compared to you, the ultimate affluent progeny in the world. But even I seem to think it's merely an issue of title, but make no mistake.
In other words,
I am the ultimate perfection. Feel free to begin calling me that, in fact. You who have nothing, I have. It's about what you do with it, mister. I learned one thing about Byakuya today. Anytime I talk to him, I need to be prepared for extreme psychological trauma. Yay! Cool and composed. Yeah. Don't know what I was expecting, but that's pretty much on par with what we know of the dude.
Attention, attention! Please gather in the gym as soon as you possibly can. Quickly, 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 quickly!
Sakura! You're the last one. Everyone else is already inside.
However,
I have a bad feeling about this.
well then,
Okay, if something happens to me, Hina.
I'm sorry.
Never mind.
So then,
Who would ever believe in someone who doesn't believe in themselves? Yeah. Sakura's the spy, but has other stuff going on too. She probably got too close to everyone. Especially Hina. Closer than Monokuma wanted her to get.
Well,
Okay, let's get the show on the road! You're about to give us your next motive presentation, aren't you? Hmm?
That's right.
You got us all together to present another motive, right? Is he right?
huh?
We have to go through this again? No, not again. I can't take it anymore.
I see.
I'm impressed by your level of dismay. You finally see just how low on the totem pole of life you really are. No, 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 no. No, 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 no! That's not it at all. We're not here to talk about motive. The reason I gathered you all here is so that I could get rid of my grudge. What?
Why?
We have a grudge against you, of course, but I don't recall you ever having a grudge against us. I told you yesterday, didn't I? An eye for an eye, a fang for a fang. Stop beating around the bush. Just tell us what you're talking about. Well, Byakuya, you've already told everyone how one of you might be working as a spy for me, right?
Come on.
Yeah, so what about it?
In other words,
Well, today I'd like to tell you about that spy.
hey,
So guess what?
What?
What is this? You're a liar.
Right, Sakura? Sakura? And I might just make Sakura fulfill the promise she made sometime soon. And if she doesn't, I can't be responsible for what happens to a certain hostage of mine. That hostage of mine. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. What you guys choose to do with that information is up to you. Roast her, boil her, kill her, don't kill her, whatever.
I can't wait.
I Either way, I can't wait!
Huh? What the heck? What? What?
What are you saying?
Oh.
Wrong. You're wrong.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Huh?
Oh no!
I'm sorry.
Huh?
Sakura was working for the mastermind! I saw it. I swear I heard it. During your fight, I should fight against the mastermind.
I see.
You saw all that. So you were forced as warlord. Your mind to betray the mastermind.
What?
And Sakura isn't our enemy. She's a friend who we can trust without question. Is that it? Ridiculous. Do you live in some sort of alternate reality fairy tale?
Not possible.
She was the mastermind's tool. You absolutely cannot trust someone like that.
Impossible.
What are you saying?
Okay then, Sakura. If you really have cut ties with the mastermind, tell us who they really are. Well,
I'm sorry.
I can't. Even I don't know that.
What?
You don't know. That just makes you all the more suspicious.
Please.
Don't make me repeat
Shut up.
myself.
I'm not finished questioning her.
Come on.
Next question. What's this about a promise? What did the mastermind order you to do? I was told to kill one of my friends.
I see.
So even now, you've taken aim on our lives.
Wrong. You're wrong. What the heck? That's terrible.
Wait.
Please stop. You don't need to defend me. I have to take full responsibility for this.
however...
How do you intend to do that? By destroying the mastermind. I'm going to challenge them. Even if it means we both go down, I will defeat them.
I'm sorry.
That is how I intend to take responsibility.
Huh?
What do you mean if you go both go down? Hina, I'm sorry I didn't tell you this.
Huh?
What?
I'm sorry.
I didn't know what to do. I went back and forth about confiding in you again and again.
Well,
But I was scared. I thought if I told you, you might think less of me.
But
I'm sorry.
Oh. No.
This is a
Yeah. 10 p.m. Well, it's nighttime. We should all go to bed.
no way.
Don't make me repeat
Over.
myself.
She's our enemy. There's nothing more to discuss.
That's terrible. Why?
What?
What is it you think you understand? You didn't even know who she really was.
What is this?
Calm down.
Let it go for now, Hina. Talking about it isn't going to help anything.
Why?
Anyway,
Go to your room, cool down, and we can continue this discussion tomorrow. You gotta talk to Kyoko, man. Just a simple, I'm sorry I didn't tell you. That's all. As long as you're human, there will always come a point where you wish you could do things differently. Even a baseball player in the major leagues who hates his job. Even a soccer player touring Europe. Even a famous singer who started her career as a backup dancer on a sketch comedy show. She makes a brilliant debut, but instead of going for more, she marries some third-rate actor and retires. Every human has regrets, has things they'd like to go back and change.
But I don't, 'cause I'm a bear.
Your point?
Good morning, everyone. It is now 7 a.m. and nighttime is officially over. Time to rise and shine. Get ready to greet another beautiful day.
What are you doing, Zuka? She's sniffing my socks. Hey, Kyoko! Yeah. Yeah, dude. What do you mean?
What the heck?
Such ignorance.
Yeah.
Stop talking.
If she were here, I wouldn't be. The only reason... Hey, don't touch that. No, no.
What is this?
Naturally.
Isn't it obvious? Because this makes things unfair. The game should be fair to all players. The existence of a spy for the mastermind upsets that balance.
What the heck?
What did
Stupid.
you say?
This is a life or death game, is it not?
That's terrible.
Hey,
Before you get too far in your argument, maybe you should stop and think things through. Why did the mastermind reveal that Sakura was the spy to us?
What the heck?
They were getting revenge on her, right? Like Monokuma said, an eye for an eye.
however,
That may be part of it, but it's not the whole picture. Revealing that fact was also meant to serve as the next motive the mastermind wanted to give us. The chaos and confusion born from suspicion
in other
and hatred.
words,
In other words, this right here, the fighting, the bickering, is the trap the mastermind laid for us. Knowing that, will you still stand there and argue like children? Oh, I mean,
But
that's not what I'm trying to do. It's just, I mean, how can I get you guys to believe in Sakura again? If she really can beat the mastermind like she said, that'd go a long way in my mind.
what are you saying?
Yeah. It wouldn't matter.
Huh?
If Sakura were to die, then that's one less person for the mastermind to control. I have no problem with that. In fact, if she did die, that would settle this whole entire issue, wouldn't it? It would put the whole problem to rest.
What the hell?
Ha! Ha!
You disgust me.
That... Yeah.
You're a monster. To say something like that, it should have been you. You should have been the one to die.
What?
I should have died.
Interesting.
Interesting. Then are you planning to take care of that yourself? Go ahead. Try it, if you dare. That's how it works here, after all.
What is this?
Aoi?
that's right.
This is exactly what the mastermind wants. And it's exactly what Sakura doesn't want. What's wrong? Lost your nerve? I'm leaving. I'll be in my room.
Just a second.
It's what other people call feelings, Byakuya, and all you can do is mock them for it. What's wrong with that?
Hey,
A friendly word of warning. Someday that attitude is going to come back and bite you. Hard.
I don't have time to play with
And I will happily elude its attempts.
you know?
Try to talk to Kyoko, maybe? Are you sure about that? Blah, blah, blah.
Anyway,
God. Blah.
About that. Sorry. Huh?
Oh, hey, Toko.
What's your
I totally did not mean to give that to her. Eh.
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bug bite.
A murderer, a spy, someone who would put up our lives on a silver platter. And a detective who hates us. Who we ticked off. After I declined the offer to become a shrimp, the tech support lady just refused to drop the issue. Once the shrimp was dead, she came back suggesting I should become a crab instead. How much can one person love crustaceans? I said no, of course, and she shot back. Okay then, how how about to make you extra special, you can be a crab that walks sideways and backwards. But how's that any better? I don't want to go sideways or backwards. I want to go forward. I heard her annoyed sigh on the other end of the line, and then she said, "You just don't see the splendor of the crab. Haven't you ever heard of the tale of the crab and the monkey?" Of course I've heard of it. I know all about it. But so what? I'm not familiar with that. The crab beats the monkey, but it's just some legend. Hardly relevant to our greed-obsessed modern society. Sure, monkeys still show up in movies and stuff from time to time, but not crabs. Monkey-themed clothes are sweeping the fashion world, but the crab doesn't stand a chance, right? What I'm saying is, crabs have no place in today's light-speed world. Do your market research, lady! Which is why I chose the always popular bear image.
And that's the secret origin story of Monokuma.
Good morning, everyone. It is now 7 a.m. and nighttime is officially over. Time to rise and shine. Get ready to greet another beautiful day.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Hina! Are you okay? What happened?
She killed her. Genocide Jill killed Hina!
You've gotta be kidding!
Dad, open your eyes.
You SOB! Totally not adorable. My beautiful scissors!
And, yeah. No dead body announcement.
Sorry.
Yes. Well, 1,000 thanks to you, sir. Jeez.
But... what the heck?
You're serious?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Hina.
You're hurt. What happened?
Huh?
Not that big.
Hey!
Hero, what's the meaning of this? It wasn't me. It was Genocide Jill. It's all that demented murderer's fiend's fault.
Damn.
Damn you! Leave me alone, but hurt her. What is this?
How dare you!
Slice. I'm okay, really. It's just a scratch.
No forgiveness! I can't forgive this!
Hero, if you want to hate someone, hate me. If you want to hurt someone, hurt me.
I can't forgive this!
Why? again later. What's going on?
Hey,
What's all this noise about?
it would seem...
I gather that something happened.
Wait.
You don't need to stop me. I'm okay. I'm not going to do anything. I'm drawing a line right here and now.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Time to speak. Clear the air. Yeah, I figured.
That's fine.
It's fine.
Whew.
About that issue we discovered. We discussed earlier. Doesn't matter.
Whew.
You forgive me for not being able to talk
In
about it?
other words,
You could have told me about Sakura and Monokuma fighting, but you stayed quiet. You were only thinking of Sakura, and that's why you didn't tell me, right? You didn't want to confuse everyone until you could talk to her and be sure of what you saw. That's what you were thinking, and that's why you didn't tell me, right? Yeah. To think like
I
that.
wouldn't have expected such arrogance from you. Because...
Ultimately, that means you don't trust me. If that's how you feel, I can't really change your mind. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
It's fine, I've already forgotten about it. Besides,
And I...
may have overreacted. Huh?
Anyway...
It's over and done with. Like I said, let's just forget about it. Aw.
Whew.
So what's that other thing you want to talk about?
Indeed.
I'd like you to come somewhere with me. I have business there.
So...
Just come with me, and you'll find out.
Shall we go? Indeed.
Hmm?
Wrong.
I didn't say we didn't need him. I just said he had done his job. Besides, it's not us that needs alter ego. He has business with us.
Right.
Alter ego asks me to bring others to come see him. Apparently he has something he wants to ask us. What is that? Hello. Oh, just you. Is 2 not enough? No, it's okay. 2 should be plenty.
Indeed. What?
Why?
But I want to be able to help. That's right. That's right. So, but still, I'm gonna do my best.
Hey. Certainly.
There it is. Right there.
Correct. Makoto. Hey. Now, if...
So, I want to believe in myself. Leave it to me.
Listen. That's right.
The secret room.
Indeed. However,
However, just because there's no camera there doesn't mean there's no danger. There's no way to be sure that the mastermind isn't monitoring the network somehow. Then it's all over.
That's what we have to do.
I still think we need to try.
Correct. It's true.
Hey, blueprints! Is that a Taka emote I see? Or something else? Oh, no, that's not Taka. Brixton Raid. Okay, I don't know who Brixton is. Ah, gotcha.
So
Oh, we're playing Danganronpa. We're in Chapter 4. Looks like we're gonna have a pretty big thing coming up. I question how it can tickle a laptop.
Makoto. However, it's true.
Alright.
What?
Oh, thank you for the follow, Blueprints. And I seriously need to turn on the widgets for follows again. She's insane.
Have you reached that certain age?
What are you doing? I see. Okay. Right. Yeah. Sure.
Hey. Why? Listen to me. Just a second. So then...
That's right. Leave it to me. So,
Zuka!
I'm gonna do my best. Huh? Thank you.
Makoto.
Documents were gone. Just like I told you.
Correct. Goodbye. What?
So,
Why is that?
I have no reason to stay with you at this point. Not a little too direct. Should I hesitate and fumble for something to say? So high maintenance. What are you going to do about Sakura?
It's true.
Well, something has to be done, it's true.
However...
But the way things are right now, there's no way to persuade anyone.
So...
Okay. I'm gonna quickly take her outside, see if she needs anything, and be right back. And thus we return. Just wild Drago. You. Okay, that was the blue text, which means you thought. Early to bed and early to rise.
Makoto.
Okay, not me.
Indeed. Hey.
Huh? Huh?
Anyway. Listen to me. Wrong.
It's not locked because the rec room door doesn't have a lock.
It would seem... In other words... Indeed. Makoto.
Please!
Uh-oh.
A body has been discovered. After a
She was
certain
smiling,
amount of
though.
time, which you may use however you like, the class trial
Sakura's
will
dead.
begin.
Who killed her?
Danganronpa.
Alrighty with this, huh?
Huh? Sakura's.
This chapter felt a bit, shorter than the others.
Sakura's dead? She's really dead?
What if it was a suicide?
I...
What?
Yes, yes.
Oh, so she's dead, huh?
I see.
Sakura's been killed. I see.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means. Sakura was murdered, and by someone in this very room. Is that what you're going to say? No. Whoever killed her, it's not just someone in this room.
It's your fault!
What?
You're accusing us before we've even begun the investigation.
I won't forgive you.
You know it. Know it? Jeez, I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad.
What the heck?
Wait, what are you doing here?
Come on.
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little matter flyer.
It's the
That's
Monokuma
right. It's the
file.
next Monokuma file. And don't get so mad, Miss Asahina, or you'll ruin that little face of yours. I want to ask. There's something I want to. It was you. You killed Sakura. Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you fought her
In
again,
other
then.
words,
Then I killed her. Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. That whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to a most regrettable end without even getting the chance to finish things with me. Which, thank God for that. It saved me the trouble of having to go through with our little fight. Because even for someone like me, it would have been no mean fear to take down a behemoth like that.
hey,
I gotta tell you, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she'd violated a rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her.
well done.
So I don't know who it was, but whoever the Blackened is this time, I owe you one.
What is this?
You owe them one? Oopsie. Before you get all pissy-potty at me, you better figure out who did it first.
Shing.
Because, I mean, your lives are all on the line, right?
What is this? I won't forgive you.
I hate him. I hate this whole thing. Well, I, for one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind after all. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura.
Anyway,
I'm okay. Just let me handle it.
That's fine.
Okay, then Hina is guard number 1, but we need one more. Kyoko, that's you.
what?
Me. You're always a thorn in my side. This time just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order.
That's fine.
Fine. I'll stay behind. Then it's settled. Let's begin, shall we? Well, that's harder. Hold on! Before that, there's something I want to say.
What?
Which is... Hero. Byakuya, Toko, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene. What?
It's your fault!
One of you killed Sakura.
I won't forgive you.
What's her beef with Hiro?
Stop talking.
Don't be stupid. Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force. You're not getting in here. Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. How about a compromise?
It's all clear
I
now.
won't ask you to let all of us in. Just let me. What? You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway.
Yep.
Nope, don't really care. I'd rather spend my time coming up with another splendid fantasy involving Master anyway. And you, Hero, do you really object? If you're gonna go far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care?
It's all clear now.
Then it's decided.
What are you saying?
Nothing's decided.
Calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. But
Hey,
we have to find out who killed Sakura.
correct.
For those of us still alive and to honor Sakura's memory. Fine. I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Naturally. Who would want to touch a filthy dead body?
Listen,
That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone, keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer,
listen to me.
all of us face execution. Poison. What?
Hey. So...
No, I think she barred herself in.
In other words... Hey. That's fine. Correct. In other words... However...
The door doesn't have any gap that would allow it.
It's true.
No room until it's opened up.
In other words... It's true. In other words... Indeed.
Or it's a suicide.
It's true.
She was struck on the head, apparently. But that's not what killed her.
Huh?
She was smiling.
Well... I mean...
Oh.
What the heck? I won't forgive you.
That's all three of them. Oh.
However, it's true. Certainly.
They would have needed to if they expected.
Hey. Certainly.
The fact that she's smiling in her death.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. Okay. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. It's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go to see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Well, other than...
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks.
So... wrong.
Yup, Sakura's dead.
Just a second. Hey. Correct. So...
Interesting. And thank you, Coco. I really feel like this was a suicide. Oh, that's some kind of chair. Of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. Yeah. I'm telling you, unless I see otherwise, it's a suicide. I guess I can quickly check the clock. An hour ago. I thought I already have. I haven't examined Sakura directly. Not a chance.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location.
Naturally.
Yeah, it's the most interesting one. Don't you agree? Oh. I see. So different from your standard ship in a bottle. You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You've never seen that?
In other words,
Yep. A Monokuma bottle. And the locker.
why? It's true. Wrong. Hey. Indeed.
Could she fit in there?
Listen. So then, listen to me.
Yeah, she trusts you more, man. There really isn't a subject. Let's talk to Hiro.
You know?
Do you need something?
What?
How do you know about that?
Be... What? How about that? You got it all wrong. Actually, don't look at me. Hey, come on. Huh? What? Hey, come on. What?
Now I have to wonder. So which one is it gonna be? Okay.
Well, what?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
What do you want? Well...
Yeah, pretty much. So can you tell me about it? Can't believe... Yeah, Hero seems a little, Alright. I'll be surprised if it's actually Hero.
What?
No. That's not what I meant to say. I was on the 4th floor this morning, checking things out. And at that point, this room wasn't like this. That's why I'm gonna be surprised. Then this powder must have been spilled.
So, in other words...
That's right. It could only have been around the time of the incident. It's definitely poison powder. I'll kind of eat it off. I would have gone. Let me know when you're done.
What?
Let's go. Chop, chop. Jeez. That... I'm like, Naegi, you're such a pushover, man. Except during the class trials.
See.
Not bad for you on. Ugh.
I see. It's certainly
Are
possible.
they yours? No!
What?
Unfortunately, I must admit. Unfortunately. The Regents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser. Which I suppose suits you well. I didn't say that. Anyway... Someone swapped the poison.
Hey,
So Makoto, how's your investigation going?
I see.
See, so along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. That's all too convenient. Someone must be lying.
Anyway,
The shelf of magazines and the Monokuma bottles. These three things have revealed new clues. You'd do well to look them over one more time. I don't see anything switched about the door itself.
so... Hey. Correct. So...
Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. It pays to pay attention. Karuto ladies. Okay.
Hey.
Toko.
Correct. So... However...
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found for the benefit of others who might come looking. Is that?
What the heck?
It hasn't been confirmed
I
yet.
won't forgive you.
Hey. So...
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. No answer? I do trust you to a degree. Otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree.
Hey. Anyway. That doesn't matter. So then. So then. In other words.
We're gonna use it to compare weights. The pieces of glass you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact.
Listen. In other words. So then. So then.
Heavier.
I knew it. In other words. Hey.
It was heavier.
Just a second. Hey. Whew.
No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. How can you?
So.
Sorry, never mind.
Hey. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Hey. It's true. It would seem...
She didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head.
Indeed. Correct. It's true.
The dying message wasn't a dying message at all. So, I don't think it was Toko. Hiro is the most...
Whoops, you caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake.
Hiro is the most suspicious one, but I don't think... I'm not sure if it's him either.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Well, it's officially time for the class trial. It's a suicide. That's what I say. Only because I don't have any required things, and I'm done with all my work for the time being. And I know I'll get up early tomorrow to do what I need to do. But prior to that, I am going to take a break before the class trial. We'll get to the menu and then start the class trial. The ultimate martial artist! A locked room murder mystery!
What?
What the? Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons! Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, Like Sakura had at her
Yes,
desk
indeed.
turns positive. You're at a picnic and you find a dead body! This is just plain creepy.
Well,
And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it makes it look super negative.
yes, indeed.
For example,
Hmm.
do you have 100 friends?
I can't wait! I can't wait!
What the hell is
Just the worst.
Don't look at
I
me.
don't think I'm acting
Don't be
casual.
mean.
What the heck? What the heck?
Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. I feel like it was a suicide. It had to have been a suicide. I don't know how the head injury, but I feel like this is gonna end in revealing that it's a suicide.
Hey,
What the heck? What the heck?
Wow. That I guess I chose those in the right order.
Don't look at me.
Culprit is one of us. Make no mistake about that. I'll get a save prompt. Come on, it's time to put an end to this. There's only 6 of us left. Wow. And the background's different. 6 a year. Really? That's so few. You must be so lonely. Say that like it's not your fault we're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again? Or will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then.
Alright. All set. And that's all the SP I have for all the skills. So what do these do? Ooh, steadies aim a little during Hangman's non-stop debate and Hangman's Gambit. That's good. Popcorn sounds good. I wish I had some. I did just go to the store, but I had to spend my own money, so I'm not gonna say I wish I should have gotten some because money concerns, but anyway, yeah. We will take a break and be back in a bit. I'm gonna get like some water, do all the stuff, because stretch a bit, and yeah, all the stuff. All the stuff. Back in a bit. Alright. Who's ready for a deadly deception? A deadly class trial. And I changed clothes during that time into something more comfy. Was wearing jeans before, now I'm wearing sweatpants. Had some sugar, should help keep me up during all the thinking. So yeah, let's do this thing. I still feel like the twist of this is gonna be that it's a suicide.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class
But
trial.
I
So,
could be
your
wrong.
votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the
And I
wrong
need to turn off the pause text.
then
Yeah,
I'll
I fixed
punish
it.
everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
You said that last time too.
Whoa, deja vu.
Yeah.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro.
Did Hiro actually really even hate Sakura? I don't recall him ever hating her.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Oh, you can't have these, Zook. Oh, we have the 3 accounts.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get. It was one of you. One of you killed.
And what reason do you...
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
Nope.
No, that's wrong.
I got some Skittles. Finishing off a bag.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those 3 killed her.
That was quick. Ah, thank you. Got it from one of my sister's friends a few, I forget if it was for a birthday or a spontaneous glitch. Glitch up. Spontaneous gift.
There's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw...
Aha!
No, that's wrong. Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's...
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura. It's the only explanation.
Well, I mean... Yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
Skittles and M&Ms. You probably want to make sure that people who are allergic to chocolate would know what that you're doing. Just gonna say that.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
Oh, oops.
Shoot!
Yeah, and fun story. There was actually a student in elementary school who actually knew she was allergic to chocolate. Other people knew she was allergic to chocolate. She specifically made it a point to eat chocolate in front of everybody. She had to stay home the next day.
I got it! I'm not sure about that, Hero. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was... Oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Why the sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me!
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious!
More hostile.
It's not just normal hostility! You're the real culprit! I even have proof!
Huh? Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message. At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
But how did you know that?
True. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
How did you know about that? If you weren't allowed in the other crime scene.
What are you saying? No way!
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
Hero, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Yeah.
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make...
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
Might need to wash my hands in a moment and throw out this bag.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
I'll be right back. I need to throw this out. It'll be quick. There's a trash can right here. And I'm gonna wash my hands real fast. It'll like just be 5 seconds. I'm gonna close the door so that Luca doesn't get herself stuck. Yeah, that's a fair point about not knowing anyone allergic to chocolate. But you probably want to be sure.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dot when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when
It was only
after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away.
when I pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense!
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Yeah, that's not it.
Shoot! I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
That wasn't it either.
Shoot! I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
I didn't mean to do that.
Shoot! I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message.
Oh boy, it's that point of the trial when I don't know.
And I can tell you when
What?
I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked
There's a problem
away
with
on
something
the magazine
that
shelf.
Hero said.
When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the
Unless it's
dying
I need to
message.
pull from later in
When
the...
Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
It's either this or the magazine shelf.
What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the dying... When Ogre's body was discovered.
Okay, it's probably the... And if not, then I'll get a game
I
over.
can tell you exactly when Ogre's body was...
And I can tell you when it was only after I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
When I pulled it out,
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
I can tell you exactly when I found the... When Ogre's body was discovered.
Okay, there we go. It was on the magazine shelf.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth.
I'm definitely gonna get a
When
game
did you
over
see
though.
the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that
She
one.
didn't leave the message.
He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
Woo! That can be a bit tricky since my lock-on button is a little finicky.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah? Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Wow.
He admits it.
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her! Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
He didn't kill her.
And when I got
That's
there,
too easy.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something. As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you. You're the worst. I hope you die.
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura.
That's what he's
We're ready to
suggesting.
vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain, and until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
Game over! Yeah! Yeah, I don't know if this counts for any rating. I mean, yeah, that's kind of one of her things, from what you can tell. Twice she went like, we already know who did it. But, no.
I'm completely unconvinced because
Oh boy. I mean, Sakura was her friend, so.
shoot.
Okay.
I got it. That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it?
Huh?
By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message? Then stick it somewhere we might not find it.
Okay, yeah, that makes
Oh.
sense.
Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying. He's gotta be lying.
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Supposed crime.
Then he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put
It
the
was
magazine
Sakura.
back on the In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Kyoko.
I got it.
Well, I mean, Toko obviously wouldn't.
It had to be. Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Was he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room? Why would I have... Wait, but more important, That doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hero just admitted it.
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
Oh boy.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered, and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hero really is the killer!
I didn't want to, but I grabbed a Monokuma bottle and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind and you only hit her once. Is that...
Yeah, just once.
No,
No, that's
there were two
wrong.
hits.
If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Huh? 2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
They took the other Monokuma.
Hold on. How can you know that?
That's
just
why it weighed
because of
more.
her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because
There were
of
2
the
missing.
Monokuma bottles themselves.
There should have been 6.
There's something very suspicious about those bottles.
They could have just taken the 2 in the middle. But they didn't.
Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But
Except
originally, there were 6 bottles in total.
they took the
Meaning
pieces and
one
the
has gone missing.
and the chess piece.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Hangman's Gambit. It's chess pieces. Hello, P? 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 Can we get a P?
Now I understand. That's it! The chess pieces! Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a
Yeah,
chess
no
piece.
kidding.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter? I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4.
The queen is missing.
And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Not the point.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
I got it!
Yeah.
The bottle must have been broken,
What makes you so sure?
because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
The experiment.
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
Yep.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the
Oh,
bottles.
now I'm wondering if it
along
actually
with the
was a
figure
suicide,
inside.
because if Sakura had broken a bottle, wouldn't there have...
But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
Some bowling aficionados.
I got it! The bottle that was removed from the
This is
scene
like
was
the
used
random,
the second time
blood
Sakura
answer.
was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait, I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room. Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone?
Could someone tighten the screws
Forgot
on
about-
his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never
The
went
locker?
in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
What? Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Whoa. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
She's tiny enough. Oh boy. Halfway through the game? Really? Huh.
It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! That's it. No! I admit
Wow,
nothing.
button.
I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie. That's enough. It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. That's enough.
This should prove
Okay, so you have plenty of time. And yeah, my button really wasn't working there.
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Yeah, I need a new controller at some point.
Then you killed Sakura!
No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
No, there's no way! Yeah, it was probably me.
Straight up again?
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on.
Yeah, I probably killed her.
So I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
But Sakura was in the chem lab.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Guess who's back?
Yep.
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories, so I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle.
Yeah.
Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence.
It's not Jill either.
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's... you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote. What's wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote,
It's
right?
not Jill.
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd. Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it. Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling. I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf! I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, I remember waking up right in front of the magazine.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
Okay, I wasn't. I thought it was gonna be the yellow powder. That was actually just a guess shot.
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was
That
in
makes sense,
chair.
though.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
I got it!
Yep.
Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But...
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
It was already open.
I got it! Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have
I
killed her.
can.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Poison. The yellow powder.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
Really?
Shoot! What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot.
Okay.
No, that's wrong. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Poison!
Reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
The powder is on her shoe, so she walked in
Of
by
course,
herself.
if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? And I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals.
I would argue Genocide Jill, but yeah.
And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
No.
That's the question, isn't it?
I got it!
Yep.
The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? But you just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
Huh? Master!
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble!
Wow.
You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle,
Where did it go? Another Hangman's Gambit. Protein drink. Ah, okay, so I can speed up the letters. Yeah!
Now I understand.
That was a trick shot, too, getting behind the other letter.
The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead
Yeah,
was a
but
poison.
I'm still not entirely convinced that it was
I
someone
already know
else.
exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab
Yup.
for anyone to see.
The yellow powder.
Shoot!
Right.
I got it! Footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point.
And Sakura wasn't dead for that long after she was found.
They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected.
My guess is that Sakura was actually trying to kill herself and tell someone so that it would be obvious when they went to the class trial. But it didn't work out that way.
What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right.
It was me. The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then, Ogre's killer was...
No.
Yep, I did it.
Just as I suspected. The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
No! Check her shoes.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
No.
It's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her.
No.
She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Hina, is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink, but when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it. All at once. And then...
Hold it. I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters
That's not
is
it.
outwitting the opponent. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well... that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious, too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
That was... I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein?
How come? That doesn't matter.
She didn't do it.
Hina,
Or
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder. And that's
Like an
worse.
idiot.
Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
that story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
the footprints in the powder.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C.
To Section A.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong. You said you went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
What?
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well,
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
well, you see...
What the hell?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
What?
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
Ah. What's wrong, Byakuya? Upset?
I found this. It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle, and the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then, Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Huh?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
that's wrong. I need to reread it.
shoot! What's strange is that... I got it!
Yeah.
The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll
Is
grant
he
you,
actually
the
the
bottle
murderer?
of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not
Was
me.
it not a suicide?
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
Or maybe he's just really upset that he is getting things wrong.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
Oops.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
When it comes to that protein can,
Wait, no.
There's not a doubt
until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we...
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be.
It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
Shoot!
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind.
Let's see again.
Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we...
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was...
There we go.
No, it's wrong. You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in.
It was underneath.
Those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
The pieces are falling into place.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can.
So it was someone after the
But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
I got it!
Yep.
I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
Another bullet time battle. Yep.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
This should prove it.
Yes! Good thing I remembered that the yellow powder is specifically referred to on her shoe.
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her. Here's my answer.
Yep. I was right. I had it
One
right
who
right
killed
at the beginning of the trial.
Sakura herself.
Before the trial, even.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room.
So there can't be an
and she drank
execution.
it, all so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
It was obvious from the locked room from the very beginning.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison
I had
rolled
been
around
saying
the
it the
room
entire time.
until
I was
we
waiting
came
for it
and
to be
opened it.
confirmed. And to figure that, I wasn't even like, I didn't know that in advance before going into this chapter. I just figured that out. I'm proud of
At that
myself.
point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room.
Is anyone gonna have a trial, a class trial with no execution at the end?
And that was you, wasn't it, Hina?
Hold on, what was that?
You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door, because you already knew Sakura was dead, and because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything. And Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
Yeah, to just instantly accuse.
You said you were going to go get everyone else, but your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room, while everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation.
Yeah, like I said, it was obvious by the locked door.
As long as you could disguise the
The
truth,
murder, if it was
you didn't care
the
if
way it
we
was set
blamed
up,
you
the
for her
murderer would
death.
have had to be in the room with her.
That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence. And yet,
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! No, 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 no! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Oh, huh. I just found a new feature of the closing argument. Got it. Huh, that's good to know. No, it had to have been the night. Yeah, exactly. The killer had to have been in the room, and she was the only one in the room. Like, poor Sakura had to just get her head bashed in twice by glass bottles. Like, just... you gotta be kidding me.